This is what he took from
Inside of the turkey, we had 1 lemon, 2 onions. I think this is the heart or liver, and then the bacon we spread over the chest, give it some good flavoring, some good moisture. And now we're gonna make a delicious, fabulous gravy.
our beautiful turkey.
This is hot. Be careful not to burn yourself. Get all the juices. Just get the juices here. Let the juices run. Let it cool down because this is so hot. But this is so flavorful.
This is chicken broth, and this is a cup of apple cider.
This is leftover pizza sauce. It's made of fresh tomatoes, garlic, and basil. Normally, you would use.
He made it from scratch.
I made it from scratch. Normally, we would use tomatoes to thicken it, but this is already thick and it's gonna do the job. Also, the only unnatural thing that we did is we put some tomato paste, a can, but that's what the tomato paste does. It thickens it. It makes it more thicker, more jelly, more. What do you call that dish in Ukraine when you have chicken inside like a jelly?
Холодец.
Холодец, yeah. More like холодец. Okay. I'm gonna need the juices from the juice here and we're gonna make gravy out of it. So we're gonna combine this along with chicken broth, along with 1 cup of apple cider and the juices that comes out from this flavoring, and we're gonna cook it and we're gonna make it so tasteful, and we're gonna extract all the juices from the solids. So if you don't understand what a solid is something that's hard, not liquid. Okay. Okay, we're just stirring it. We have it on medium high. Make sure we create a lot more juices. The heat's gonna take out more of the juices here, so it's so good.
Oh yeah. And what about this secret ingredient? This one.
This one?
Yeah.
This is a happy ingredient. Miller Lite. It's not as strong as Ukrainian beer, so this is equivalent to non-alcoholic beer in Ukraine.
as
I'm gonna put the chicken broth. Now keep in mind it was hot and it's gonna cool it down a little. So wife's worried that I scratched her Teflon. Just let it heat up. Get rid of all the water in it. Once we get rid of all the water, then we'll jump up to the cider. And there's a process because if you don't do it in order, if I was to put this first before that, we would have like a watery type of a gravy. You don't want that. You want to heat it up. You want to heat it up until you have steam. Get rid of the water, retain the flavors, and then we start adding a substance that has more water than the gravy. And the juices from the turkey has the most fat, and this is gonna be the ending process of making a gravy. Alright, now we got rid of a lot of this water, but we still want to retain some of this chicken broth. And then we're going to add the apple cider next. It's going to cool it down. Alright. So now we got to let it boil again and let the water out of the apple cider diminish. And the way it's going to diminish, it's going to boil. It's going to separate the flavors, take away the water and moisture, give it this nice fluty, soupy taste. And we just gotta wait. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with the apple cider getting rid of its moisture. Now we're gonna get the instead of putting 2 tomatoes in there, I use the tomato pizza sauce that I had made, and it's pretty good with pizza sauce. So we're gonna use this. This is just to make it thicker. Ingredients as garlic, tomatoes, and onions, and basil. And a little bit of dash of salt, and tomato paste. Do you all have a tomato paste in Ukraine?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Wow. What do y'all call it?
Tomato paste.
How do you say it in Russian or Ukrainian?
Томатна паста.
Tomato pasta. Oh, this is yeah.
So just imagine that you know Ukrainian.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna let it sit there. Also, get rid of the moisture from here. Clean this up as much as we can. And just let it simmer. Every time we add something, it gets cold, and we have to let it give it time to boil, get the water out. Okay. So gotta do just wait. On this one, have to constantly mix so we could get an even color throughout. Alright, so now that I got my beer, relaxing time, and we're gonna I think I got most moisture out of the tomato paste. Oh, it smells so good. Okay.
I bet.
But,
I bet it does.
this has most of the turkey fat, and we're gonna pour it in there, and this is the final
Final
countdown.
countdown. Do-do-do-do.
You might want to watch this right away, dear, because when you taste your hot cocoa, you don't want to taste it like turkey, right? Imagine turkey cocoa. Drum, psh. Do you have comedy shows in the UK?
Stand up?
Huh?
Stand up? Comedy
No,
show?
like shows when
Yeah.
they're trying to be funny and
Before we had a show that calls so-called 95th block, but now it became like Ukrainian Senate.
yeah, no, like they have shows like people acting, and then when somebody says something funny, the producer presses the funny button and people laugh, but it's just computer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We call it sitcom.
Sitcom, yeah.
Sitcom, yeah.
Yeah. So do you have all that in Ukraine where when he talks and say a joke, they press a button where they make people laugh, but it's computer, it's not real people?
Oh, yeah? I didn't know this.
No?
I didn't know this because before, some years ago, it was a real the real people as a audience.
Yeah. That's like even South Park made fun of this.
Mayors and governors, I hope they take your black ass to jail. I hope some Karen calls the damn. I want the cops show at my house. You ain't getting in because I ain't opening the door. I say go back, go get you a warrant. Put people together during Thanksgiving. Yeah. How the hell you only gonna have 6 people for Thanksgiving? That's a normal sized family, man. That's how.
So now we cleared the turkey, and we're gonna put in the final juices out here. And I don't know if it's up to you wanna wash this, throw away. Fabulous thing is, if you got too many dirty dishes, just throw it away.
It smells so good. I cannot wait to taste it. He steamed it for about 15 minutes and now he turns it off to cool down.
Okay.
So he put rosemary.
We cool it down. I found out that it had too much water. It needs to be a little bit thicker, but we're gonna heat it more and get the water out of the gravy, and then smash it so we could extract the juices out of all the elements we have inside here. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Ready. Okay, ready. The gravy is the most important part of the turkey. Well, the turkey, I mean, is the star of the show. But what I did is I separated the solids against liquids. So I'm trying to make this so now maybe there's some water in there, and this is why I'm gonna put it in the heat and heat it up so we could get rid of more water.
Guys, it is so good. Oh my god. So, as soon as it evaporates, and it's gonna be ready. Like,
Yeah. We just have to heat it up more.
so as soon as you see that it is thick enough for you, it is ready. And happy Thanksgiving!
Happy.